And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. Trying to get the scoreboards up there to cover the TVs before I get taken down. So we're coming to you live today from Suburban Bowlerama in York, Pennsylvania. This is our first doubles event, under 21 doubles. Joining me today on the live stream, at least for the first couple of games, is my co-host from last week, Miss Teacher Extraordinaire. She's teaching Common Core math right now.
Jason and I were bonding over Common Core math.
Liz Hunsicker. See, look, I got Matt's pronunciation. So how you doing today, Liz?
I'm doing fantastic, Jason. How are you?
Oh, well, should I ask you how you bowled today?
No. No, you shouldn't. We're not going to talk about that.
Okay. Don't shake my table, Marsden. All right, so as you see, tournament director Matt is giving final instructions to all the bowlers. I like live streaming from here because we're above the bowlers. So it's nice and easy to set up the camera. The camera's not 18 feet above my head.
I like the layout of this house.
This actually reminds me of the way a long time ago Parkway out in Allentown used to look.
We were just talking about how Parkway is no longer Parkway.
Yes. So today's pattern was neon. Played a little tough here early. It got easier during match play. Well,
see, I kind of found it the opposite. To me, just watching, I thought in the beginning it played like a house shot. But then it got really dry in match play, and it seemed like scores got lower. Do you disagree?
I very much disagree.
Really?
Yes. They started out tight, at least from me watching, similar to Rose Bowl out in Allentown. But this house typically plays tighter than the normal bowling center. We won't talk about how you were throwing the ball today.
Jason, you just brought it up again.
And I might a couple more times.
It wasn't that bad for all of the people listening out there. Wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad after I helped you. Let's put it that way. All right, looks like we're just about ready to go. Are you ready, Matthew?
I believe we are. I got sound.
Woo! Take it away.
Here we go. Good afternoon, bowling fans, and welcome to Suburban Bowlerama for today's finals of our first 21 and under doubles event of the season. Today we will have 4 stepladder matches Baker style to determine our champions with the top 5 teams in each division. It's time to introduce. We'll start with our scratch division finalists. Our number 5 seed team is Max Minnick and Logan Chappell.
In the scratch division, your number 5th seed, Max Minnick and Logan
will be taking on
Chappell.
Our number 4 seed, Sabian Rappaport and Charles Gillenwater.
The number 4 seeds, Sabian Rappaport and Charles Gillenwater. Hope I said that
We'll
right.
advance to game number 2 to take on our number 3 seeds, Ian Herzog and Vincent Viola.
Your 3 seed, Ian Herzog and Vincent Viola.
Winner of that second match will advance to the semifinal to take on our number 2 seed, Francis Vitelli and Parker Lobach.
Your number 2 seeds, Francis Vitelli, Parker Lobach.
And the winner of that semifinal match will take on our tournament leaders at plus 397 for 8 games, Kyle and Jordan Shell.
And it was the Shell and Shell show as your number 1 seeds at plus 397.
For our 10 scratch finalists for today's doubles event.
We got a raucous crowd here.
We have what?
A raucous crowd.
Teams. Our number 5 seed is Gavin Lanuti and Mason Doan.
In the handicap division, your number 5 seed, Gavin Lanuti and Mason
In the
Doan.
first match, they will be taking on our number 4 seeds, Eva Brubaker and Lacey Slaymaker.
Eva Brubaker and Lacey Slaymaker, your number 4 seed.
number 3 seeds, Delaney Reitnauer and Charlie Hull.
Delaney Reitnauer and Charlie Hull, your number 3 seeds.
Winner of game number 2 will advance to our semifinal match to take on our number 2 seeds, Evan Plessinger and Skylar King.
Evan Plessinger and Skylar King, your number 2 seeds.
Semifinal match will take on our tournament leaders at plus 396 for 8 games, Andy Hoffman and Vincent Bean.
Andy Hoffman and Vincent Bean are your number 1 seeds in the handicap division.
For our 10 handicap finalists for today's PJBT.
All right, so how we do the finals today.
Everybody lined up for game number 1.
It's a combined score for the team. So there's a lot of strategy that goes into this today. And this is, when we do these doubles tournaments, this is how I like to do the finals. So as you can see, there's only 1 score up there. It's not 2 scores. The bowlers are going to share their game. So one bowler will bowl the odd frames, another bowler will bowl the even frames. Now, who's shaking my table? Stop shaking my table. Whee! So, what happens is, where the strategy comes in, is the higher seed gets lane choice. So they get to decide, do they want to start first or finish first? And they have to decide who's going to go on what lane. So it's very important for the higher seeds, especially in the handicap division, to watch who's doing good. Because typically in the handicap division, you will have a bowler that will bowl first and a bowler that will bowl last. The scratch division, not so much, because typically both bowlers are good, and it really doesn't matter who bowls first and who bowls last.
Depending on if they feel confident on one lane.
Yes.
That's another thing that comes into
Right.
play.
In the handicap division, so that's the smart thing. Like, if you are the 4 seed right now, and you are bowling last and you are finishing on 28, so when the 3 seed comes in, you want them to finish on 27.
Right.
Because the better bowler didn't bowl anything on 27. Now, we do have a change this year in the PJBT, which makes it a little bit easier, where in the past, if you win your match, you take some practice shots on the practice pair. We don't do that anymore. Now we allow the bowlers to stay on the pair to take their practice shots. So that kind of takes a little bit of the strategy out.
That's interesting, yeah. It's cool to introduce this Baker format to kids who aren't in high school yet and who might not have any familiarity with it.
I'd like to welcome the Black Plague, joining us this time early from Miami, FLA. How you doing, Death?
Can you see how many viewers we have?
I can.
Have we passed 1 million yet?
No, they haven't found out that you're doing the stream yet.
Oh, man.
Either that or they found out you're doing the stream with me. Zing!
Have you noticed a really steady drop in views? Really sharp drop?
So, as I said earlier, the pattern was neon. And personally, I thought to take into what you said into account.
Yeah, I bowled it, so I do have some some experience with the pattern.
Not very well. It may not have been the pattern's fault. You weren't throwing the ball
That's true.
too good. But be that as it may, they seemed to start tight and then loosen up, and then in the extra 3 games, they got funky towards the end. It's like all the oil was gone off the heads and shifted down lane, and it was hard to get a ball to react down lane. Hello, Glorious from Delaware. So let's look at our finals. In the scratch division, your number 1 seed, Kyle Shell and Jordan Shell. They were at 371 after qualifying in first. They only shot games of 458, 391, and 377 in their next 3 to get to 397. Still good enough for the 1 seed by a lot. Francis Vitale and Parker Lobach are your 2 seeds. They were 2-11 after qualifying. Then shot games of 384, 438, 415 to get to plus 248. Ian Herzog and Vincent Viola, they were plus 154 after qualifying. Then shot games of 442, 468, 373 to get to plus 237. Sabian Rappaport and Charles Gillenwater were plus 157 after qualifying. Then they shot games of 372, 436, 455 to get to plus 220. And rounding out the top 5 on the scratch side were Max Minnick and Logan Chappell. They were plus 119 after qualifying. Then they shot games of 436, 449, and 386 to get to plus 190. In the handicap division, your top seed, Andy Hoffman, Vincent Bean.
I think he pronounced it Bean.
Bean? I believe so. They, I believe, were the top qualifiers too at plus 301. Then they shot games with their handicap of 429, 438, 428 to get to 396. Your number 2 seed, Evan Plessinger and Skylar King, were plus 247. After qualifying, then they shot games of 432, 464, 442 to get to 385. Delaney right? Sure, we'll go with that. And Charlie Hall were our number 3 seeds. They were plus 200 on the nose. After qualifying, then shot games of 440, 481, and 383 to get to plus 304. Eva Brubaker and Lacey Slaymaker were plus 135 after qualifying. Then they shot games of 461, 479, 405 to get to plus 280. And rounding out the top 5, Gavin.
We've got some last names.
Yes,
finalists.
we do. Gavin Lanuti and Mason Doe were plus 162. Then they shot games of 430, 479, and 405 to get to plus 276. And yes, I said that without breathing. I need water.
Would you like me to go get you some?
Where are you going to get it? Out of the bathroom faucet?
On the snack counter.
You have to pay for it.
I know. I had to pay a quarter earlier today. I can afford a quarter, Jason, if you need
So
some
I
water.
recently found out Liz was at my house.
I've only been there once. But he didn't know that.
I did not know
That's
that.
kind of funny.
I thought there was stuff missing.
I didn't go in the house. I just dropped someone off at the house.
Funny, I live alone, so I have no idea who you dropped off.
You don't have any genetically proven children either, so.
Nope. I live alone. So how's everybody doing out there today? Let me know where you're watching us from. Speaking of my non-genetically proven son. Who's on a golf course right now. All right, so it looks like we're just about ready to begin. Now, what really helps is when they have their names on the back of their shirt. So it looks like the team of Brubaker and Slaymaker will be getting 19 pins of handicap. The scratch is on the left, lanes 25 and 26. Handicap on the right, lanes 27 and 28. Looks like we're just about ready to go. Take it away, Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time to begin game 1 of our 4-game stepladder finals Baker style. On the scratch side, we have number 4 seed, Sabian Rappaport and Charles Gillenwater. Taking on number 5 seed, Max Minnick and Logan Chappell. Sabian and Charles have elected to start the match on lane 25. Going in the order of Sabian and Charles. Max and Logan will go Max and Logan in that order. Okay? On the handicap side, we have number 4 seed, Eva Brubaker and Lacey Slaymaker. Taking on number 5 seed, Gavin Lanuti and Mason Doe. Eva and Lacey have elected to start the match on lane 27, and they will go in the order of Eva first, Lacey second. Our other team will go Gavin first and Mason second. Okay, the difference in handicap is 19 pins going to Eva and Lacey. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our Game 1 finalists.
Yeah. You have to divide it by 2. So whatever the difference is, you have to divide by 2 since it's a shared game.
Interesting. I was wondering how they did handicap.
And now you know.
And now I know.
And now you know. All right, so we got the oil machine going by first.
That was interesting. I didn't know that. It's the only way you get it up. We don't need any of that.
All right, so I have no idea who's bowling. We'll just say Team Rappaport and Gillenwater and Team Brubaker and Slaymaker. That was Brubaker.
So that was Sabian, who just threw the first shot on 25.
All right. That's Mason Doan. That I know. Who just left the 7th. We're down to the final play in the Kansas City, Carolina game. That was Max Minnick on 26, leaves the 9 pin.
This format can be challenging because you only throw every other shot. So it's hard to get into like a groove. Can be harder.
It can.
And also, you can get lucky. If you strike once, then your partner strikes once.
Yep. You actually have considerable experience bowling.
I do.
Baker, from your college bowling days.
Yep, generally Baker is a common format used in high school and college bowling with a 5-man team rather than a 2-man team.
All right, we got Logan Chappell up on 25. Two strikes. This is Brubaker up on 27. Their team started off with a double and make that a triple. Carolina is going to be attempting an extremely long field goal to win. 67 yards, I think it is about. That was Lanuti striking for his team. Gavin. To win the game, it's like 67 yards.
Amen.
Oh,
You come for bowling, you get football and bowling. Charles will try to make 6 pin on lane 26.
it's the Slaymaker. 4 in a row. Ian with a strike.
Sabian.
Sabian. I was close. It ends in
Got
an
3 of the 6 letters.
It ends in an in.
Sabian and Charles bowl at Rose Bowl. And so do Vincent and Ian. They also bowl at Rose Bowl. We have 4 house bowlers from Rose Bowl today.
See, that's what confused me.
Minnick trying to double. And he does.
Lacey misses her 3, 6, 10.
Not necessarily prettiest strike, but it's an X. It's 3 in a row.
That it is. Gavin came in high, left a 3-6. Once again, our message board is live and operational. Should you wish to chime in, let me know what you're doing on this beautiful day in the Northeast.
Can you believe we spent it in a bowling alley?
No. Gavin with a spare. They find themselves down 22 to Brubaker and Slaymaker. Gillenwater with a spare. Mason Doan with a strike. So they're clean through 6. Lacey comes in high, leaves a 6-10. Rappaport came in light, left a 2-4-5.
Yeah, these lanes look very, just from watching, they don't look easy.
Lacey makes her spare.
And Sabian makes his.
Brubaker up, now in the 7th.
Good shot. Minnick is looking for 4 in a row to give his team an early lead.
So you could see exactly how the lanes are right now looking at that shot. That thing looked like at about 30 feet, it was starting to hook.
Going through the nose.
And then it died. And only came in a little bit high. At about 30 feet, I said that was going Jersey. And then it actually was about a half a board high. So yeah, no oil left on the heads. And all the oil is down lane.
Picks up the 4-pin.
Mason Doan, 10-pin. Chapel with a strike in the 6th. Pretty good turnout today. We didn't quite max out. Max would have been 45 teams. I believe we got to 40.
I heard a few had some last minute injuries. I heard a team dropped out due to a last minute injury and a last minute sickness.
COVID conditions.
It happens.
COVID protocol. Slaymaker with a 7-pin. Gillenwater. Good shot there. And she does not make the spare. That pulls the lead for them down to a single pin.
It is a close game on handicap.
Brubaker up now in the foundation frame at 9th. She's got 3 out of her 4 shots were strikes. Rappaport with a spare.
And there's another one.
She gets the 10 out.
She only averages 155. Definitely bowling well today.
So no matter what Lanuti and Doan do, they cannot shut out the ladies.
Oh,
9. If they had struck out, they would have caused Lacey to have to double in 9.
Jason, I can't keep up with your math.
And you teach it.
1 + 1. We were over this last week. Ooh.
Logan gets the break.
7 pin falls late.
Lanuti spared. So now if they strike out, they shoot 226. And they don't. So now the best they could shoot is 215, which means Lacey would need spare 8. Would you have been able to figure that one out quick or not?
I can figure it's the handicap that messes me up a little bit. You get to add that handicap in.
All right, so as long as Macy gets a couple pins here, it will.
Or some to mark.
Yes, it will. On the other side,
Charles and Sabian are looking for some strikes.
all right, 215 for Lanuti and Doan. So if you were Lacey, would you be nervous right now or not?
I get nervous. I mean, some people are great in the clutch. And
Like
Lacey
yes.
is one of them.
I think she was very happy to see that 7-pin
Yes.
fall, knowing that she just
Takes-
missed one.
Yep, takes the pressure off. I always find doubles events a lot more nerve-wracking too.
It is.
Because people are, I mean, your partner's counting on you.
Yeah. All right, the team of Brubaker and Slaymaker will be moving on. They will be either at 224, 225, or 226 to the Lanuti and Doan's 215. Rappaport with the spare. The best they can shoot is 204, so that match is basically over. They're cheering for us, Liz.
Yes. That was a very good 10th frame from Lacey.
All right, so Logan is just going to need a couple pins here. 4 to be exact.
I remember years ago, I bowled against Logan Chappell, who's bowling right now. In the final match of the handicap, it was a handicap division. Logan was about
A lot shorter.
2 feet shorter than he is now. I think we both averaged like around, I mean, he probably averaged like 130, I averaged like 160, 170. He beat me. I do remember him beating me.
The good old days.
Yep. It's really neat to see how these bowlers improve, though.
Charles, you could go. Yes, it is. All right, so 225 for the team of Minnick and Chappell.
I believe they made the trek from Maryland.
Well, I know Logan did. Actually, depending upon where you are in Maryland, you're not that, we're only about 16 miles or so from the Maryland line here. You guys keep shaking my table. All right, so that takes care of match number 1. We'll give away our awards for 5th.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes game number 1 of our finals. Finishing in 5th scratch division. Each bowler getting a $40 scholarship, certificate and medal goes to Fabian Rappaport and Charles Gillenwater.
Rappaport and Gillenwater, your 5th place finishers today in the scratch division.
And our 5th place finishers in the handicap division. Each bowler getting a $50 scholarship, certificate and medal goes to Gavin Lanuti and Mason Doan.
Lanuti and Doan, 5th place finishers in the handicap division.
Okay, on to match number 2.
All right, so let's look at coming events. Next week is major number 4, and it's an adult junior. Are you going to be bowling next week?
I will. I'll be bowling my little brother. We don't bowl well together, but we're going to try.
We're at Limerick next week. Bring your appetite for their pizza. No comment on the pizza at Limerick?
It's good. I mean, I'm not a foodie.
Oh, you're so skinny. Yeah, you can tell. Obviously, I am. So major.
I like their
number-
churros. I go to Limerick for their churros.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you always were the different one. Yeah.
Limerick, I live about 20 minutes from Limerick.
So major number 4 It's an adult junior, so if you want to get the discount, you have to put in your deposit by 11:59 tonight at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. Doesn't matter if you have your team ready or not. Just put down a discount, and that reserves your spot and give you the discount. So that is next Sunday, November the 15th, 10:30. Then the following Sunday, November the 22nd, we're close to your house again. We're at J Lane's in
We
Douglasville. So I'm sure we'll see you there too. You got nothing better to do.
Honestly, Jason, you're right. It's kind of sad to admit to, these hundreds and thousands of people listening, but...
That's Sunday, November the 22nd. J Lane's, Douglasville, PA, 10:30 start time. Then we have the 29th off. So no bowling on the 29th. Then we pick it back up on the 6th with another adult junior from Clearview up in Mount Joy. Nice little bowling center. Nice and
I like Clearview.
nice and cozy up there. So that is Sunday, December the 6th. Clearview Lanes, 10:30 start time. Then on the 13th, we have another under 21 doubles at Colony Park in York, right up the road from where we're at now. That's Sunday, December the 13th. And then we round off our pre-Christmas with our girls-only tournament on Sunday, December the 20th at my favorite little bowling center, East Lincoln Lanes. Are we going to see you there?
That's too far in the future for me to let you know. Maybe.
I will be there, God willing. So that is our upcoming schedule on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. You could download the schedule for yourself at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. We also use Facebook as our main mean of communication. So if you haven't followed our Facebook page, it's PJBT Youth Information page to find us on Facebook. And if this is your first time watching us on YouTube, where the heck have you been for these past 4.5 or 5 years, however long we've been doing this? God, I'm old.
Me
So
too.
if you like what you see, hit that subscribe bell in the upper right-hand portion of the screen. And if you have your notifications turned on, you will be notified each and every time we go live on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. And that's all I got to say about that. Oh, this camera. Oops, sorry. Well, there's no bowling balls behind us now, so don't touch the table. Off with your head if you touch my table. Once again, our message board is live in operation. Should you wish to chime in, let me know where you're watching us from. Let me know what you're doing on this beautiful day in the Northeast. It's summer-like outside. At least it was. So we got our first match down. We got 3 more to go. We got Delaney Rettenauer and Charlie Hull coming in on the handicap side. And on the scratch side, we have whom and whom?
Ian Herzog and Vincent Viola.
Thank you, co-host.
You're welcome.
Still trying to get over the fact you're at my house.
It's a long story. Our fans don't need to hear that story. We could make this a weekly thing, Jason.
Really? You're going to come out on the road with us every week?
You said it yourself. I have nothing better to do.
I did. You have to get some of those math cubes ready for your kids at school. So your partner sat down right next to you. How did he bowl today?
Ryan, he bowled like, him and I were about 5 pins apart going into the last game. We were very close. So we both were just kind of around 200 all day. Nothing great, but not terrible.
You know, I couldn't help noticing you said we were around 5 pins going into the last game. So that means one of you didn't bowl good the last game.
We were around 5 pins apart, and then I think the last game Ryan had 208, I had 203.
Oh,
so
you're
Ryan,
still pretty close.
Yeah, Ryan ended up about 10 pins higher than me, I think. But doubles events are always hard. I hate when my partner bowls well and I don't, or vice versa. So it's good we both didn't perform well. So I'll take it. It's always different bowling with a sibling too. When I bowl with my brother, you feel a little less pressure. You can also like yell at them.
Wait, he bowls better than you.
He does. He does. Recently, he has been. But I'll still be yelling at him.
We're going to have to set a time aside, and we're going to have to coach you a little bit.
Coach me.
Yeah. See, I could coach you now. You're out of college. I'm not interfering with your college coaching. Get you to come around the ball a little later.
That was just today. That was just a today issue.
All right, looks like we're ready for match number 2.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time to begin game number 2 of the finals. On the stretch side, we have number 3 seed Ian Herzog and Vincent Viola taking on number 5 seed Max Vinnick and Logan Chappell. Herzog and Viola have elected to start the match on lane 25, and they'll go in the order of Ian first and Vincent second. For the other team, it'll be still Max first and Logan second. Okay? On the handicap side, we have number 3 seed Delaney Reitnauer and Charlie Hall taking on number 4 seed Eva Brubaker and Lacey Slaymaker. Delaney and Charlie have elected to start the match on lane 27. Delaney going first, Charlie second, and Eva and Lacey will keep the same order. The difference in handicap is 13 pins this game going to Eva and Lacey. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our game 2 contest.
All right, and away we go. See, now, this is where I said the change that we've done with practice changes things, because Logan did finish on 25, and now he's going to be finishing on 26, but he got some shots now on 26. Right. So Ian will be starting us off on the handicap side. Delaney will be starting us off. Brubaker and Slaymaker are getting 13 pins this game. Ian starts us off with a strike. Delaney with a strike and a smile. Always good to get that first mark out of the way.
Good momentum for the rest of the game, too.
Especially when you're on the live stream. and I totally screwed that up. Logan is finishing on 25 again. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Brubaker with the strike. Now, on this side they changed. On the handicap side they changed. Slaymaker will be finishing on 27 this time.
We are perfect so far, both matches. Not anymore.
And that is the Liz kiss of death.
Vinny with a strike.
Stop shaking my table. Ian Herzog, that's 3.
I was talking to them earlier. They have a lot riding on this match. If they lose, they have to take themselves to Taco Bell because they just performed terribly. But if they win, they get to go to Chili's.
Alrighty.
So they really, really want to go to Chili's tonight.
Okay.
Ooh. Minnick with a messy strike, but a strike nonetheless.
And they're still tied on the scratch side. Let's see if Charlie Hall can make his 10-pin. He does. And the crowd goes wild. Let's see if Logan could get his team to 4, and he does not. Ryan Marsden playing the role of Double B.
Caddy.
Double B.
Ball bitch. I got it.
A phrase I heard from a pro's girlfriend at the time. Logan takes his medicine, gets the 2.
Everyone's favorite.
Let's see what Brubaker could do up in the 3rd frame. They're working on a spare. That looks like to be going left. And she goes Jersey.
Ooh, and another jersey.
And another Jersey. Oh. Slaymaker, that's a double. She shakes her head. Front 5 for Herzog and Viola. Hall breaks up the baby split with another 10-pin. Minnick with a strike.
Get back in it. Some strikes here.
Let's see if Logan could come back from his oopsie in frame 4. And he trips the 4. Shakes his head no. Hall with a spare.
We have clean matches going on in handicap, which is great to see. Picking up their spares.
Viola up, trying to make it 6 in a row, and they do.
I think his last name is Viola.
Same thing.
Helping you out, Jason. I'm here to help you out. I bowled with him in college.
Well, then you should know.
I should know. I'm pretty confident it's Viola.
I'm gonna send you down there and ask for a name clarification.
I always said Viola too.
We'll just call him Vinny.
Vinny. That works for me. Oh.
Ooh, Ian throws it through the break point. If he gets 2 here, we have a 10-pin match, which could be a tie match after Max throws in the 7th. Delaney with a spare.
It's very important here for him to get count
Yes, it is.
rather than try to make the spare.
Uh-oh.
And
That's 4 pins. That is a huge mistake. See, like I said to you last week, you're going to make a good coach someday.
I told him that earlier watching. That's
That you're going to make a good coach someday.
No, that you need to get count on spares, especially when you're on strikes.
That's right. Brubaker with a 5-7. She'll ask Lacey for some tips on how to make this. 4-pin from Max. With the spare, they'll be down 17. How's it look? It looks good. She gave it just a little fist pump. Just a little,
Now they've both made a 5-7.
like a Walter Ray Jr. Logan up in the 8th. And not sure how he struck, but he struck. Slaymaker gets them the
Right.
fold. They maintain their lead. Vinny, 4-pack.
Charlie Hall with a strike, so we still have 2 clean matches going on in handicap.
Delaney up, working on a strike. And that's a double. That tightens that matchup. We going for Chinese tonight?
Probably not. Are you going for Chinese tonight?
I don't know.
Ian comes back from his split with a strike. So both matches are very close.
Yes.
Minnick and Chapel, a double here does a lot.
Yes.
A strike here does a lot.
They cannot shut out the team of Herzog and Vinny.
Looking for it, and he gets it. A clutch shot.
So they could strike out for 244. But Ian could come up in the 10th, strike out for 251.
Vinny. In the 10th.
Yes, sorry.
Vinny has experience anchoring in college, so.
That was Logan's
Beautiful
best shot.
shot, yes.
So basically, whatever he does in the 10th, Vinny must match.
Mm-hmm.
At least on the first 2 shots. Slaymaker, 4-9. Well, she's got experience making splits. I was going to say, that was definitely inside of where it was. So now, you see the score here. It's actually going to be important for him to get 1. He wants to make sure he gets 1 here. Because if he gets
It'll be
1...
11. Or it'll, yeah, 231, right?
Yeah, so we can actually have a tie. So 1 is very important here. Oh.
Now that's twice.
Now a 9 spare 9, or spare 9, and they lose.
We we just seen 2 real-life examples of why count is important in one game.
Yep. It would have been great to make it and force the other team to double, but you definitely want to get one there.
Oh, gets the strike.
That will end it, with just a couple counts. Delaney,
Ooh.
Greek Church on a triple. Not what you want to
No.
see.
I love their attitudes. They're all having a good time over there.
Well, they still got Chili's in their future.
They do. I think I don't know how many matches they have to win to get Chili's. Vinny is a very good clutch bowler. He doesn't seem to get nervous. He just throws a good shot.
Speaking of counts,
Another miscount.
so that most likely is going to give the lead back to Brubaker and Slaymaker. All right, 248 to 230. That was a great match. All right, Brubaker with a strike. So again, Slaymaker needs a mark and good count. Spare and good count, strike and little count.
And she does it again.
2 games in a row. I'm sure she just smiled back at us. She wasn't smiling at her teammates. Since we're probably about 10 feet behind her teammate right now. What is Hall's first name?
Charlie?
Charlie. All right, so 213 for Brubaker and Slaymaker. They will be moving on up the ladder. Rittenauer and Hall didn't bowl a bad game at all. They were certainly in a position to win. right, so Brubaker and Slaymaker with a 213-194 victory over Rittenauer and Hall. So that's going to take care of match number 2.
Are you tired, Jason?
I am. This is my last day of vacation. So I have now the realization that gotta go back to work tomorrow.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes game number 2 of our finals for today, finishing in 4th in the scratch division. Each bowler getting a $50 scholarship, certificate, and medal goes to Max Minnick and Logan Chappell.
Minnick and Chapel, 4th place today.
And our 4th place finisher in the handicap division. Each bowler receiving a $65 scholarship, certificate, and medal goes to Delaney Rittenauer and Charlie Hall.
Rittenauer and Hall, 4th place finish in the handicap division. All right, so we'll get them all ready for the semi-final match. Yes, I'm still trying to recover from
Okay, on to our semi-final matches.
from our 10-hour live stream that we had Tuesday night.
When did you start?
About 5:15.
So yeah, you went into the night.
We did.
Did
And
you
then
work the next morning?
No, I had off.
Okay, all right.
I had off the whole week. But I think I went to bed about 6 and was probably back up by about 9:30. Plus, I'm getting old.
Me too. I just do it to make you feel worse now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. How'd you bowl today?
How'd you bowl today?
Better than you.
Oh man.
So once again, our message board is live and operational should you wish to chime in.
So now do they get 5 minutes of practice or is it
3
still
shots
3
on each
shots?
lane.
3 shots.
My sister invited me to join a Facebook page. Okay. A lot of people have been asking me my opinion this past week of what's going on because for those of you that don't know, my other YouTube channel that we have is called Fats TV. We talk about politics and sports. So a lot of people have been asking me my views on politics this week, hence the 10-hour live stream Tuesday night. So if you think you might be into that stuff, feel free to check out Fats TV. That's PHATTS TV on YouTube. That channel is brought to you by me and my non-genetically proven son. Deep in his underground bunker in State College. What do you know? We're into the second quarter and Dallas is winning.
And they're on their 4th string quarterback.
Yep, almost like clockwork. These are the games where Pittsburgh just takes off.
Are you a certain fan of a team? You're not an Eagles fan. I know
No.
that. Yeah, I know that. But do you have a team you root for?
Let's put it this way. I root for whatever team I have money on that week.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
But yes, I do actually have a favorite team. A little embarrassed to say who it is because they stink.
Jets.
Yes. I am a Jets
New
fan.
York Jets.
Yep.
What a team.
For a couple reasons. When I was younger, living in the northern part of Pennsylvania, we got the New York channel, so I always got to see the Jets. When I was younger, my favorite color was green. They were green, and their name begins
It's
with
cool,
a J.
right?
My
Yeah,
name
it's
begins
cool.
with a J. And I had a Joe Namath autographed helmet growing up.
Is your prediction 0-16 for the Jets?
No, probably 1-15.
Okay, all
I mean,
right.
they could easily go 0-16. I mean, they've had so many injuries, and
Yeah.
and their team is just ugh. I wouldn't mind them, but it's hard for a team to go 0-16. They usually get that one win. Maybe. Do you have a favorite football team?
I'm a big Eagles fan. I think you knew that.
God.
Yeah, that's what Danny said too. Go Birds. We're in Eagles territory, Jason.
Oh, you can't be on the show anymore.
I have a tattoo. Did you know I had a tattoo that I got before the Super Bowl for the Eagles?
I'm not going to ask where it's at.
It's hidden.
I'm not going to ask where it's at.
Do you want to see it?
All right, Liz just told me where her tattoo is at. It's an interesting spot. Didn't that hurt?
It did hurt. It's it's not a great place. Like if you want a permanent tattoo, don't get it on your lip. Due to the pH of your saliva,
Yeah.
it's gonna fade over time.
Yeah.
So I just got it for fun, like just for the Super Bowl, and you can't really read it anymore, but you can see what it used to say.
No, I can't.
Figure it out. What it used to say.
It says PA Fats. What does it say?
It used to say "Go Birds."
Oh, well, that could be the Seahawks. It could be the Falcons. See, it could be a lot of things.
You know what? They won the Super Bowl because I got that tattoo.
Maybe. Maybe. All right, I gotta stand up. Ugh. One thing about being short and fat, when you're in these tight chairs, it hurts after a while. All right, so once again, our message board is alive and operational should you wish to chime in. Yeah, usually on a Sunday night when I get home from this, I feel like usually going to bed. Last week was great. We were done by like 5:15. And it was only a 25-minute ride home for me. Less for you.
Where were we last week?
Easter's.
Easter's, yes. Yeah, this week we're far.
Yeah. This is about an hour and 10 for me.
Same.
If it's an hour and 10 for you, you drive fast.
In Exeter, it only takes about an hour 10.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, because we get off of two different places on 222. I get off at the Turnpike exit and then go the back way to Wilmsdorf. All right, looks like we're just about ready for the semifinals. Handing it off to Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time for our semifinal matches for today's tournament. On the scratch side, we have number 2 seed, Francis Vitelli and Parker Lobach. Taking on the number 3 seed, Ian Herzog and Vincent Viola. Francis and Parker have elected to start the match on lane 25. They're going to win the order of Parker first, Francis second, and Vincent and Ian are going to switch their order to Vincent first, Ian second in this match. Okay? On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed, Evan Plessinger and Skylar King, taking on number 4 seed, Eva Brubaker and Lacey Steinbaker. Evan and Skylar have elected to start the match on lane 27. And they're going to go in the order of Evan and Skylar, and then Eva and Lacey are going to keep the same order. The difference in handicap this game is 9 pins going to Brubaker and Slaymaker. All right, bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our semifinals.
All right, off we go for the semifinals on the handicap side. Brubaker and Slaymaker getting 9 pins, so each and every game they go down.
Now let's see, there. Yep.
Okay, it looks like Evan Plessinger is going to be starting us out on lane 27 for the handicap. And Parker Lobach starting us out on 25 for the stretch. Plessinger starts out going 10 back. Take over for a second. Talk.
Oh, sure. I got this. Ryan, do you want to be my co-host? All right. Parker starts off with 5 on lane 25. Get the nerves out of the way. Good shot for Brubaker. Leaves a 10 pin. I enjoyed being lead commentator.
Somebody else was trying to jump into the stream. I see.
Parker gets 4.
Obviously not a good start. I missed that.
Bucket plus the 7 pin.
So Brubaker with a spare. Interesting strike there for Vinny. So we're going to get our runner. We need you to go find out the actual way to say Vinny's last name. Is it Viola or Viola? Ryan always likes to come in and help.
I'm 99% certain it's Viola.
Oh boy. And if you're wrong, we got to go get Chinese.
All right, deal.
Viola it is?
No, that is not what he said. Viola. All right. Ian went very high on 25 to leave a 36. See if he can pick it up. Thought that was an interesting move to switch them.
Well, so they're staying on the same lane.
Yeah, and that's probably why they did it, to stay on the same lane.
Obviously, well, either they have trust or somebody didn't like switching, for the other lane. Which, again, usually on the scratch side, you don't see them switching. Vitelli with a strike. Vitelli also a really good wrestler, so I'm told.
Plessinger and handicap looking for 3. Comes in a little high. Leaves a 3-6-10. Oh, I hate this spare. One of my least favorite spares.
A lot of people your age do, and I don't understand why.
Your son does not like this spare.
I don't. Especially you. The way you throw, this should be easy for you. Move 5 left and throw the same shot. She's going to see how to make the 3-6-10, I guess.
The players needed me. I'm back.
See, you're a coach. All right, Parker probably over-adjusted and left the 3-6-9. This is a tricky little spare.
See, now this is easier than the 3-6-10 in my mind. Parker converts it beautifully.
Alrighty then.
I have a weird way of bowling.
Let's just say you're weird, yes. Yes, you're weird. For those of you that don't know who Liz is, just watch the opening thing that we do for PJBT, and the weirdest looking form is Liz.
Thank you.
It's towards the end, let's put it that way.
All right, Vinny looking for a strike on lane 26. And he gets it.
That was a good shot.
Good adjustment.
See if Slaymaker can make her 2-pin.
We're bowling. They're swimming.
Oh, how nice of them. How nice of them to invite us.
I think he just
Skylar
missed
King.
that shot.
Okay.
Missed the head pin to the left.
Skylar King, 245.
And good spare pickup for Ian, and a good spare pickup for
Skylar.
Skylar.
Our message board is pretty dead today. I'm disappointed. Let's see if Vitaly could get his second strike.
Good shot. And a good result.
Francis followed his brother's footsteps down to SCAD, down in Georgia. Hussinger with the slap out.
A snowplower strike there for him. Parker looking to double on lane 25.
Much better shot for Parker there. Brubaker does not get the 10 pin out. Urgent. I got an urgent text.
So Parker makes his spare. Brubaker does not.
See, as soon as we asked him what his last name was,
Both of them went left. Both of them missed the head, or Ian missed the head pin to the left. Vinny went very left. You see a 5 pin, which can be a very intimidating spare.
you know, I know the last time I missed a 5 pin.
Vinny does a good job covering it.
Now I see why Darren Zombro I didn't bowl today. He played a little slice and dice.
And I told you there were some last minute injuries.
By the way, the last time I missed a 5 pin, what year were you born?
98.
98?
Yep.
What month?
August.
Okay, so you weren't even like close to being thought of the last time I missed a 5 pin.
Ian overcompensated a bit. Lucky to leave a 1-2. Not a washout.
The last time I missed a 5 pin was May the 3rd, 1993. And you know how I know that? Did you ever hear my story of how I know
think
that?
I did.
I shot 800.
Yeah. I knew it was something like that.
Yes. My first 800 and I missed a 5 pin. How about that? Ian with the spare, so they're still clean through 6. A lot lower scoring match this time.
Yes, it looks like a completely different game from our last one.
So let's see if Francis could keep striking. If he could strike, and if we could get Parker to get a strike in there, that would really put the pressure on.
And good shot from Francis.
So now Parker threw a really good shot last time. He left a 4-pin, so just a slight adjustment. Parker rocking our main sponsor for the PJBT, Bowler X. Main sponsors, Bowler X and EFT Apparel. Lots and lots of minor sponsors.
Oh, Parker looking for the first double of the match.
Much
And
better.
he gets it.
Crowd back here is clapping for us. Thank you for clapping for us. Absolutely. The louder the better. No.
Good shot by Vinny. After going Jersey in the 5th.
I was in a bowling center like this one. Our Suburban Bowlerama here is in the middle of remodeling. And they don't have their drop ceiling in right now in the concourse area. The first time I took the non-genetically proven son out to junior gold was the year they were out in Chicago. And there was a bowling center like 5 minutes away from our hotel where we went to practice a couple times, and they didn't have a drop ceiling. And they were blasting some bassy music, and it sounded awesome. Echoing off the rafters. It was awesome. And you want to talk about an easy shot. Their house shot there made Burks look hard.
That's tough to do.
That is tough to do.
That's tough to do.
I think in all the practice games, I think my kid averaged about 255 there, and he was like 15 at the time.
All right, so this is a big shot for Francis.
Yes, it is. For a triple.
He gets
definitely
it.
got that inside.
Mhm,
though,
He
too.
didn't look like he loved it.
They take the lead. Plessinger up in the 9th looking for a double. He crosses over. All right, big shot here for Parker. And he gets the 10 out. He slaps it out. That's 4 in a row. So the best Herzog and Viola could do is 217. Let's see. 119, 149, 178. So if they strike out, Vitelli will need 9 spare strike to win by a
Okay.
pin. Vinny does his part. Andrew says they're not putting in a drop ceiling.
I was wondering. It kind of looks. So this is it.
Ah, well, they better do something with that smoke detector there.
I honestly didn't even notice it. I thought this was just it.
Herzog misses way right. That is pretty much
Yeah.
going to end their day. Now the best they could shoot is 197. So Francis is just going to need... He's not even going to need a mark.
I'm not sure really what happens to lanes 25 and 26. It looked like he experienced some over-under, maybe overcompensating. Compensating.
Nobody says it could be the lane too. I mean, let's face it, you've been here bowling since 10:30 this morning. You know, that would be game 11. for them.
Yeah. It seems to have
game
drastically
10.
changed from the game before.
All right, so Francis is just looking for good count here, and they will be moving on to the finals to face the Shells. That'll be a good finals. Good enough. I don't think nobody knows that they've won. It's like... So Slaymaker, they shoot 183, so Skylar is going to need
A mark
19 pins.
and 9.
Here.
Run us. That helps.
All right, so they need 9 still on 2 shots.
2
now.
shots now. Yep, that makes it easier.
So far, we've seen the handicap bowlers step up in the 10th.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, 218 to 195. Vitelli, Lobach moving on to the finals. All right, Skylar looking for 9 pins in 2 shots, and that's a winner. Thank you. All right, 185 to 183 victory for Plessinger and King. And Dallas is now up 13-0.
I saw that.
No, Chase. The finals are coming up now.
Okay, bowling fans, I conclude our semifinal matches. Finishing in third in the scratch division.
Try not to hurt yourself.
I dropped my computer from
That's
school.
not good.
Herzog and Vincent Viola.
Herzog and Viola, 3rd place. That's the ThinkPad. They only cost $29.95.
I know, but it's my work computer.
Yeah, but it's got Common Core Math on it.
Okay, and our third place finishers in the handicap division. Each bowler getting an $80 scholarship. Certificate and medal goes to Eva Brubaker and Lacey Slaymaker.
Brubaker and Slaymaker, 3rd place today. Good bowling for the ladies today.
Okay, on our title matches for today's tournament.
All right, I will be back in 2 minutes.
signing off.
Okay. Thank you, Liz.
You're welcome. Thank you for allowing me to
for-
co-host again today.
Yeah.
I will, of course, watch in the car ride home.
Let me know what Chinese buffet you guys are going to, and I'll meet you there.
We're actually going to Chili's.
Yeah.
They said they deserve Chili's, so we're going to Chili's.
They don't deserve. Well,
No, they bode well. They bode well.
Chili's is much worse than the Chinese buffet, so yeah.
All right.
Actually, see, if you guys were going to stay, we would have went to a really good place right up the street.
Which is?
Arugula.
Oh, I've been there.
Aruga, something like
Yeah,
that.
Arugas. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been there. All right, best of luck to our bowlers in
Yeah.
the final match. I will
We'll
be
see you
watching.
next week.
Yep, I will see you next week.
Well, make sure you message us that you're watching.
I will. I'll go on the message board, of course. All right, bye.
All right, thank you, Liz, for joining us. So once again, next week is major number 4 on the PJBT season from Limerick Bowling Center. It's our adult junior, our normal major, adult junior from Limerick. If you want to get the discount, you have to sign up with a deposit by 11:59 tonight on our website, which is www.pjbtbowlingseries.com.
Gee, wasn't the sun shining? Yeah. Oh, that's why at least you went home to get 50 sunshine. Trying 10 or 15 different offers. It's on his head now.
All right, so it looks like the team of Plessinger and King are going to be getting 17 pins of handicap. All right, looks like we are just about ready to go. Take it away, Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time for our title matches for today's PJBT. On the scratch side, we have top seeds Kyle and Jordan Shell taking on number 2 seeds Francis Vitelli and Parker Baugh. The Shells elected to let their opponents, Vitelli and Baugh, start the match on lane 25.
It makes
same order,
sense.
Parker and Francis, and then Jordan's going to go first for their team, Jordan and Kyle. Okay? On the handicap side, we have number 1 seed Andy Hoffman and Vincent Dean taking on number 2 seed Evan Plessinger and Skylar King. Vincent and Andy have elected to start the match on lane 27. They'll go Vincent and then Andy. And our other team is going to go Evan first, Skylar second. The difference in handicap is 17 going to Plessinger and King. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our title matches for today's PJBT.
All right, and away we go into the finals. Looks like Parker Lobach will be starting us out on 25, and Vincent, is it Bean or Bean? Vincent with a bucket. Joining me in the broadcast booth, tournament director Matt.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Off to a exciting final match for today. Started with 40 teams in the, by the way, beautiful renovated Suburban Bowlerama.
Yes, it is.
I want to congratulate Terry Miller. Thank him for sponsoring today's event. Also in charge of the pro shop here, Bowler Max Pro Shop. Want to thank him for sponsoring today's event. 80 bowlers today. We are down to this.
All right, looks like Jordan Shell is starting on 26. He goes 10 back. Evan Plessinger coming a little high with the 6'10". Kyle Shell up now. That's an opening double.
Gonna have some exciting matches here. Both of our tournament leader teams bowl really well today. The Shell boys leading the field in scratch by over 150 pins. And they were certainly on point today on our neon pattern. Neon was the pattern for today's event.
Vitelli comes in a little high. He leaves a 6'10". Skylar with a strike.
Beautiful shot there.
Hoffman, his first attempt, 7 pin.
Pretty good shot. Ball just didn't finish totally. Good spare there for Vitelli. Very early in this title match of the Baker format finals. Andy not able to convert, so 28 in the second for Hoffman and Bean. As we watch this title match, just a reminder to our bowlers, don't forget next Sunday, we'll be back on the air in the afternoon for our finals of the Adult Junior, which will be at Limerick Bowl, Limerick, PA. We can take a max of 72 teams next week. We do expect it to sell out, so make sure you sign up in advance. Get that discount entry fee tonight if you sign up by 11:59 tonight. Parker Laubach got a strike on the lane 25. And now shell comes up a little bit high, leaving the 6 pin. On the handicap side, we have Evan Plessinger with a strike. Great shot. So double for Plessinger and King. I want to point out Evan's grandfather, I should say, is the former owner of Suburban Bowlerama, and certainly a lot of bowling blood in the Plessinger family, so exciting to see the next generation out on the lanes. Skylar King goes light, leaving the 1-2, so she'll look to pick up the spare and keep the lead in the match.
Kyle Shell with a strike.
Skylar chops her spare. 76 in the fourth, 93 with the handicap. Still in the lead at the moment, but early in the early stages of our title match. Shot there for Francis Vitelli. And first strike of the match for Hoffman and Bean. Parker steps up looking for a triple. The ball looked like it skated a little bit on him. Left it a little bit to the right, 2-5. He'll look to clean that up. And Vincent with a strike. First double of the match for Hoffman and Bean.
He's wearing one of the old Splatter PJBT shirts.
Yes.
One of my personal favorites.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing the shirt archive that we can find for our events.
Yes.
Fill up an entire closet for most people. Plessinger comes up a little bit high, leaves a 3-6-10. He'll look to spare that up. Laubach gets his spare. 19-pin lead at the moment for the Shells in the title match. All right, you got 2. It's all right, back-to-back opens. So they're at 85 in the 5th, 102 with the handicap. So pretty even match, yeah. On the scratch side. 10-pin.
The Heckmans say hi.
Hello, everyone. If you're haven't tuned in yet, tell your friends to tune in. This is a title match for today's PJBT here at Suburban Bowlerama, our first 21 and under doubles event of the season. Jordan picks up his spare. Shot there for Andy Hoffman. 3 in a row for Hoffman and Bean. That's the key with Baker format. Got to get lined up on one lane and hopefully start stringing strikes with your partner. Pretty good shot there for Bean. Leaves 10 pin. So the streak ends at 3, but with a spare, he can put his team back in the lead.
Kyle Shell up now. They have a 1-pin lead.
Ooh. And he leaves a 9-pin. Very interesting ball choice there, because the ball literally checked at about 30 feet.
Yes.
It checked and went straight, so that's interesting. See if he'll adjust off of that or try a different ball. Bean picks up his spare on the handicap side. Evan Plessinger. With a strike. Puts up a double for their team. And Shell able to make his spare, which will tighten up the scratch match if we are halfway through the title matches. Skyler comes up a little bit light. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. Very makeable spare. He's got to fit the ball in between the 2 and the 5 pin. On the scratch side, Telly with a strike. And that will give them a 10-pin lead. Hold on. And she is able to convert. So good spare there for Skylar King. Once again, at the completion of these matches, we'll have our post-game interviews and our final awards ceremony for today's event. Over on the scratch side, 7-pin for Parker Laubach. And on the handicap side, Andy Hoffman, not what he was looking for, broke through the face, leaving the 4, 6, 7. So he will look to convert 2 here, which he does. And that'll put 153 on the board for them. So they can max out at 213. Meanwhile, Plessinger and King can max out at 227. So that open frame did open the door for Plessinger and King. Wow, what a great shot for Vincent Bean. Great shot, just so good it left the 9-pin stand. A lot of people, if we had replay, would see on that one that the ball went straight back, pushed the 5-pin straight back, missed the 9-pin. Some people ask, how could that have happened? Well, that's how it happens. Now, back on the scratch side, the Shells looking to take the lead back. 7th frame. Comes up light, leaving the 2-pin. That will make it a 1-pin match on the scratch side. Through 7 frames, it'll be a 1-pin lead for Vitelli and Laubach with a spare here. All right, we head into the late frames on handicap. Last shot of the match for Evan Plessinger. Pretty good shot, trips out the 4. Leaving the 10-pin, bakeable spare for him. with a spare here, Plessinger and King would enter the 10th frame in the lead. And he's able to convert. Good spare for him. So a 13-pin lead for Plessinger and King as they enter the 10th frame. Our winners will take home a $150 scholarship individually each. And they will earn a right into our championship tournament at the end of the season. Good shot there. She leaves a 4-pin. I got to make a score change.
She's getting it.
You got it?
All right.
Makes my job easy.
So Skylar's going to need to make this and get 9 to shut them out. Kyle Shell with the spare. They're down by 3.
So she makes the spare.
All right, now she needs 9.
9 count for 204 would shut them out. She needs 9 for the win.
Vitelli up in the 8th. Not what he wanted there.
That ball looked like it was inside a target and just kind of slid through the middle of the lane. You'll have to try to get 2. Count's going to be very important late frames here.
Come on, get in
9
there.
for the win.
And the crowd goes wild.
And the crowd does go wild. There is nothing wrong with that.
All right, so Evan Plessinger and Skylar King will be our champions in the handicap side today. Now we see what goes on in the scratch side, where the Shells presently have an 11-pin lead. Parker Lobach strikes in the 9th.
And that'll bring our handicap match to an end. 205-178 victory for Plessinger and King. They will take home the title for today. Now over to the scratch side.
And it's a big shot here for Jordan Shell. Strike, they will. Ooh.
Pocket
gonna say.
4-9.
I was gonna say with a strike they kept the lead. So if he makes this, they will go into the 10th down 1. Ooh, almost bounced it out of the ditch. All right, so
Very interesting.
yes.
202 is the max score now for Shell
So if he doubles, that will force Vitelli to strike.
on the first ball of
Yes.
the 10th. That is correct.
I see our buddy Bill O'Neill is holding a title.
He is. Pretty good shot there for Shell, but it just came up a little bit light, leaving the 7-pin. So now that'll open the door for Vitelli and Lawbox. So
Yes.
Vitelli will step up in the 10th, coming off an open on his last shot. And he will just need to get a mark and a good count. Right.
Assuming Kyle makes those.
Right. Kyle makes the spare and strikes. They will be at 192. That would force Vitelli to do to get a spare and 9 count in the 10th.
Uh-oh.
And that
So now Vitelli just needs 9.
Now Vitelli, yes, correct.
Just needs 9.
Just needs to basically keep the ball in the lane and fill the frame.
9 for 9 and 2 balls. That'll do it.
And that'll do it.
Parker Lobach, Francis Vitelli, your champions in the scratch division. Definitely looked like Francis took a bump left on that shot.
Especially after the last shot.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we'll have one more shot to finish up the scores.
All right, Francis strikes out. 214-181 victory. So that will do it. We'll wait for Matt to hand out the awards, and then we will have final interviews with our winners. So hang with us, PJBT fans.
Yes. Yes. I can give you a copy if you want. Yes. Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes today's PJBT doubles event. Finishing runner-up in the scratch division. Each bowler getting an $80 scholarship. Certificate and medal goes to Kyle and Jordan Shell.
Kyle and Jordan Shell, your scratch division runner-ups today.
Second place team won.
Our runner-up finisher in the handicap division. Each bowler getting a $100 scholarship. Certificate and medal goes to Andy Hoffman and Vincent Bean.
Andy Hoffman, Vincent Bean. Runner-up in the handicap division today.
Sorry. You're acting like a young kid again.
And our winners in the scratch division. Each bowler getting a $150 scholarship, certificate, and the first place acrylic plaque for each one of them goes to Francis Vitelli and Parker Lobach.
Francis Vitelli, Parker Lobach, your scratch division champions for the day. We're missing a bowler.
Our television contract only lasts a
Excuse us.
And our winners in the handicap division. Each bowler getting a $150 scholarship, and the first place acrylic plaques goes to Evan Plessinger and Skylar King.
Evan Plessinger and Skylar King, your handicap division champion.
Congratulations to our winners. We'll get a picture with them in just a moment, and we'll send it back for final interviews. Don't forget, bowling fans, to tune in next Sunday afternoon. We'll have the finals of our next event, the adult junior event at Limerick Bowl, Limerick, PA. Thank you, everybody.
All right, let me set up the camera while they're taking pictures, and we'll get some final interviews. On my Tuesday show.
All right. Evan and Skylar, just your plaque and a man.
Does Francis have a bag of max? Bag of max? Here we go.
Who wants to be the picture taker?
Don't forget your ball on.
Her shoes are still on too.
Oh, yeah.
If you trust me, Matt.
I trust you. All right. Come on down. Let's do it this way. Two winners up here for handicap. One over here. Just have you stand next to each other. There you go. Stay right there. Worker and looks like he's going to I'll let you guys stand right there, and I will stand back here. There we go. And smile, even though they can't see it. Got it? Wait, yeah, oh, that's right, just put it down. I'll get it. Got one. All right, now the fun, you two, go back to Jason for your final interview. Okay. Thank you.
Scoot your chair a little closer. Now you know we're going to have a bunch of people recording this right about now,
Yay.
so that when you're an adult, they get to play this back and laugh at you. See how this is going to work? I need you to put your masks on. We need masks, Mom and Dad.
You can just put it down so that your glasses don't fog up.
Say, Mom, it'll look cool with my glasses fogging up on the interview. All right, we are here with our handicap division champions, Evan Plessinger and Skylar King. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, the neon pattern. How did you attack the neon pattern today?
Mostly in the oil.
In the oil?
Yeah,
That's
that was
pretty good.
opposite. I played more in the dry.
So you played more down the
Played
track
deeper,
area.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Deeper in the-
Is this where you guys normally bowl?
Yeah.
So how different was the pattern compared to the normal house shot that you see here?
It definitely hooked more. Yeah.
It hooked more?
Hooked more.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising because they actually looked like they were tight in the earlier part of the day. It didn't look like they were hooking as much as I'm used to seeing now. I'm only here once a year. Okay. So how long have you been bowling for?
9 years.
9 years? You don't even. So what? Like right after you got out of diapers, you started bowling? Is that pretty much how that worked?
Yeah.
Not bad. Skylar, how long have you been bowling?
Around the same time.
Around the same time. Cool. And how old are you now?
12.
12. So yeah, basically right after you got out of diapers.
And I'm 15.
I'm sorry, how old?
15.
15. Wow. And so that makes you in what grade?
7.
7th, and
I'm in ninth.
You're in 9th. And the school that you go to, do they have a bowling team?
Yep.
And you're on the bowling team, or you will be on the bowling
Yeah,
team?
I'm gonna be on the bowling team.
Very good. What school is that?
Central.
Central. And
Dalstown.
okay, all right. So who do we have here, like watching and filming us right now?
Mostly our family. Yeah.
Mostly. Are you willing to admit that?
What?
That they're your family? Are you willing to admit that right now? They were pretty loud cheering you on today.
Yeah.
That's what I like. The louder, the better. So, what did they tell you they would do if you win? Like, you get to choose where you go out to eat now and get ice
You
cream
didn't say
and
anything.
they didn't do anything.
No.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. They got to at least take you for ice cream. It's a beautiful day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, who does your coaching?
Charlie. What's his last? I don't know his last name. Huh? Charlie.
Charlie? Let's just go with Coach Charlie.
Yeah.
All right. So, besides Coach Charlie, who would you like to thank?
My mom.
Your mom?
And
Mom,
my
raise
dad.
your hand. Mom, there's mom.
Yeah, and my dad.
And your dad? Dad, raise hand.
And my grandpa.
Okay. And
Basically
you?
everybody. My dad and my grandpa.
Your dad and your grandpa. Where's dad and grandpa? There's dad and there's grandpa. Nice looking people you got over there. That's pretty cool. All right, so the good news is, now that you won, you will be automatically entered into our season-ending championship tournament down in Limerick. You're still gonna pay for it, but you've earned your invitation. So we'll be seeing you in June, hopefully. Right, Mom and Dad? Yep. So that means you get to stay the whole weekend.
Ooh.
Yoo-hoo! So that means you get to watch the pros on Friday night, if you choose. And there's 2 different tournaments on Saturday, if you choose, and then the big tournament on Sunday. And the worst part is you get to see me that entire weekend. All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the handicap division champion, your first PJBT titles, right?
Yep.
Yep. I'm sure we're going to see you doubly partnered again, right?
Yeah.
Evan Pussinger, Skylar King, congratulations.
Thank you.
Give them a nice hand, ladies and gentlemen. And tell them, ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream.
If you let me know where you're going, I'll join you, as long as they're buying. All right, so we'll let them come out, and then we'll bring in our scratch division champions.
Are we standing?
I don't think you need to sit. I think you're tall enough that you could stand.
Yeah.
I mean, if you'd like to pull in a chair, you
okay.
can pull in a chair.
It's all right.
Squeeze in a little bit. All right, now we got our scratch division champions. Parker Lobach, Francis Vitelli. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you.
So you had to win 2 matches to win the title. Did you find that the lanes were pretty much the same? Or,
Not at all.
No?
My lane was very, very jumpy.
Okay.
His lane was a lot smoother.
Okay.
And he couldn't really blend the ball out on the right lane. Well, I found a way to. So we did that.
So if they had, meaning your opponents had changed things around, would you have flipped who starts and ends, or would you have wanted to stay on the same lane? So in other words, if the 10th frame was going to be on 25, would Parker have finished, or would you guys have flipped lanes?
Yeah, I would have finished on the left lane. That was my most confident lane that I feel that I could hit.
Okay. So how did you guys attack Neon today?
I mean, pretty much just started playing up like 10. My high rope pearl. Started with the pearl. And then when lanes started to transition, it started to get a lot worse. Started to move left a lot. And then that's when you find that oil spot.
Yep.
The hold.
It did seem like the oil carried down the lane.
Yeah.
So towards the end of the day, there wasn't much on the heads and there was a lot in the back.
Yeah.
Francis, how did you attack it?
I kind of just changed my hand position a lot. I was playing really hard right to start, and it started pushing for me. But the outsides are also still getting burned.
Okay.
So I just flattened out my hand, let the ball take the lane.
All right. And what equipment did you use?
Well, like I said, I used a High Road Pearl. Switch with the Emerald, IQ Tour Emerald. That's pretty much what I use.
It's an MVP and a Prism hybrid.
All right. So you've had a pretty good weekend. You shot 300 yesterday.
Yeah.
With or without bumpers?
I did. Yeah.
Half the game with, half the game
half
without?
the game with, yeah.
Got you.
Oh, yeah.
So who would you like to thank for your victory today?
Well, I'd like to thank my dad and my pop-up for coming out and supporting me. I know my mom and CJ are at home watching.
That's
so
good. That's good.
Big support to them. And also my other grandparents that really can't come to these tournaments and that watch on the channel. So big shout out to them.
Okay.
Yeah, my parents, they paid for me.
That helps.
You want me to be blunt?
And it's a long drive for you. This is a pretty long drive for you down to York.
Yeah, I live like 20 minutes away from the border, so.
Of New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
It was about 2.5 hours.
It's not like we're driving to Allentown today.
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the Scratch Division Championship. Also earning their spot for championship weekend, although they've probably already earned it. So we'll see you guys, I'm sure, a lot more. Parker Lobot, Francis Vitelli, let's give them a nice hand.
I'm right behind you.
Yes. And another tournament in the books.
Another tournament in the books, everybody. So thank you for joining us tonight, and we hope to see everybody next Sunday at Limerick Bowl for our adult junior event. Next week is a major, so it's an extra game of qualifying, the extra payouts, and we have the adult junior format. So it's going to be a lot of excitement. Make sure that you sign up in advance, get the discount entry fee by the end of tonight. We can take up to 72 teams for next week, so make sure you do that, and we'll post updates on the entries during the week, so make sure you check out our Facebook page. All right, sounds good. Well, everybody have a great evening, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Yep, for all of us here at the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour, have a great week. See ya.
See ya.